Be seated. Isn't it so nice to be part of a spiritual community together and to really be seen? When we're present together, it increases everyone's happiness and joy, especially when we have a Benot Mitzvah together. We're going to turn to page 145, and I think Elise is going to lead for us and teach me.
Teach me, O God, a blessing, a prayer.
Yep.
A prayer on the mystery of a withered leaf, on ripened fruit so fair, on the freedom to see, to sense, to breathe, to know, to hope, to despair. Teach my lips a blessing, a hymn of praise, as each morning and night you renew your days. Lest my day be today as the one before, lest routine set my ways.
If you're able to rise, please rise for our call of community. Standing on page 147, Hannah will read for us at the top of the page.
There is one who sings the song of his own life, finding everything within himself. There is one who leaves the circle of herself and sings the song of her people. There is one whose voice rings with the song of humanity, hoping for the highest perfection. And there is one who rises even higher, uniting with all creatures, with all worlds, filling the universe with song. Neverech, let us bless.
Amen. We turn to page 151. Elise is going to lead us at the bottom, Wisdom and Wonder.
Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works, and the living language that it gives form? Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Amen. We continue with the Shema, page 152, 153.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam
seated. We continue, Cantor will lead us in the Viahafta, page 154. For those of you not familiar with our service, if you heard Cantor reciting this and all of us singing together, these are the words from the Torah, and it's the same melody that Hannah and Elise will read when they read from the Torah later on, and these are actually the words that we read last week in the Torah portion. On page 155, we have a continuation, interpretive translation of the Viahafta from Deuteronomy 6, and I think Hannah.
Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work. Whether you are tired or you are rested, let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them in the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot, so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai, your God.
As we turn to page 158 for the Micha Mocha, this celebrates the crossing of the sea. Let's think about in our own life something this summer that we accomplished that we didn't think we could accomplish, something that we overcame. It could be a little thing or a big thing. I want you to picture it in your head as Cantor leads us in the Micha Mocha.
Vi kamocha Elohim Adonai, Vi kamocha Nedarat Kodesh, Nora Tehilot Oseh Feleh, Nora Tehilot Oseh Feleh, Malkutecha Ramu Hanecha, Okei
Blessed are you, God, who helps us overcome things we didn't expect that we could overcome. We turn to Vishamru, which is on page 162 at the top. This is where we celebrate Shabbat, and we definitely need some clapping hands.
ושמרו
I love that we just did three sections in a row that were quotes from the Torah, from the Bible, and each one we did completely different than the one before. So it just shows you how the Torah can come alive in so many different ways. We're going to invite you to rise, starting on page 164 to 180. This is an opportunity for your own private prayers or devotions, either through the traditional Hebrew or English, or just your own private thoughts that you want to express to God or to the world. So find space that you can feel that holiness wherever it is. Look for the deers, and we'll resume services in just a couple minutes. They're out. Page 180, Oseh Shalom, a prayer for peace. Hannah and Elise will lead us.
Oseh Shalom Biroma, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu, V'Yavko Yisrael, V'Imru, Amen. Yaseh Shalom.
shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, Ya'kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, Ya'kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, Ya'kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, Ya'kol Yisrael.
May God bring us peace quickly and in our time. You may be seated. This is really the centerpiece of our service. We do B'nai Mitzvahs at all different times, whenever we read Torah. And in our community, we don't always read Torah on Friday night, but sometimes we do. And it's a really special thing because the whole community has a chance to see it. And it's a gift to the community. And that's really the centerpiece of what Hannah and Elise have prepared and been working for. But at this point, they're actually going to receive the Torah. We believe that the Torah was handed down thousands of years ago from Moses on Mount Sinai. One generation, the same words over and over again, generation to the next, all the way through Hannah and Elise's family until finally arriving all of those teachings of human history into their arms today. So I'm going to invite up Dave and Jackie, and they are going to actually hand the Torahs to Hannah and Elise. We have one Torah, but they'll pass it one to one and one to the other. And Cantor, should we sing L'Dor Vador as we do it? Let's rise as we do it.
L'Dor Vador, L'Dor Vador, L'Dor Vador, Nagid Gadol Lecha. L'Dor Vador, L'Dor Vador, L'Dor Vador, Nagid Gadol Lecha. ולנצח נצחים, קדושה תצלקש, קדושה תצלקש. ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש, לעולם לעולם ועד. L'Dor Vador, L'Dor Vador, L'Dor Vador, Nagid Gadol Lecha. L'Dor Vador, L'Dor Vador, Nagid Gadol Lecha.
So I know it sounds like the Doors. That means from generation to generation. Let's turn in our prayer books and our Sidurim to page 366. And Hannah and Elise are going to lead for us responsibly, starting with the Shema in the middle.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu, Kadosh Adonenu, Kadosh Shema. Echad Eloheinu, Kadosh Adonenu, Kadosh Shema. Gadu Adonai iti, unaronama Shema Yaktav.
Hannah and folks are going to come around, and if you want to take your prayer book and touch it and kiss it, but just don't trip them. So Hannah, come when you start that.
We'll do that ourselves.
I'm on page 367. Page 367.
Michelle, a very good family friend, help undress it. You may be seated. So we're going to invite Hannah and Elise over to the Torah itself over here. Why don't you get yourself situated? While they're getting situated, I think we're going to invite Harvey Horowitz. Harvey has served as their teacher, tutor, and family friend, I would say. So we're delighted to have him here. And you also do need something to help. You're going to need what's called a yad. A yad is a little hand. They need a little hand. So Joanne has picked them out a hand for them. So reach in here. hold up your yads there. And that's from your religious school. Joanne also picked those out for you. Okay, so we're going to call each of them up by their Hebrew name for the first time. Each Hannah and Elise each have an aliyah, and they're each going to do the blessing. The blessing is on page 368 if you wanted to follow along. And who's going first? Hannah's going first. So why don't we make sure, Hannah, why don't you get in front of the phone? Okay. What's going to happen is we'll have you sit down for this actually. So we're going to have you put your fist out like this. And Ms. Harvey is going to call them up by their Hebrew name, by Hannah's Hebrew name, and we're going to say Chizki. So say Chizki like that. That means strength. So we're going to give her a little strength. Okay?
Tamod, 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 Abachura bat mitzvah, Chana bat David Mordechai, Yocheved Ilyana, Aliyah Harishona.
Chizki. We need to get that.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorach. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bahar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah. V'haya ekev tishma'un et hamishpatim ha'ele u'shamartem va'asitem otam v'shamar Adonai Elohecha lecha et hadbarit ve'et HaChesed Asher Nishba La'avotecha Va'ahedecha Uverachecha V'hirbecha Uverach Peri Vincha Uperi Adamatecha Deganachecha V'tikru shecha v'yitzarecha Shagar alafecha Ba'ashirot sonecha Oh, ha'adama Asher nishba la'avotecha Latet lach Baruch tihiyeh mikol ha'amim Lo yihiyeh v'cha Akar va'akara Uvivhem techa Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam Asher natan lanu Torah emet V'chayei olam nata b'tohenu Baruch atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Shakah. Now we're going to do the same thing with Elise. So we're going to put our fist out. We're going to do Chizki again. Remember Chizki? Okay. And Elise, we're going to call you up for the very first time in your Hebrew name.
Tamod, 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 Hamachora bat mitzvah, Elise bat David Mordechai, Yocheved Eliana, בעלייה השנייה.
Chizki.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaBarach. Baruch Adonai HaBarach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Barakar Banu Mikohamim V'natan Lanu et Torato. Baruch Ata Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
V'hesir Adonai Mimecha Kocholi V'chomad V'mitzrayim Haraim Asher Yadata Lo Yusimam Bach Unatanam B'chol Son Echa V'achata et kol ha'anim asher Adonai Elohecha noten lach lo tachos encha alehem v'lo ta'avot et Elohehem ki mokesh hu lach ki tomar b'lavecha Rabim Hagoyim Ha'elam Many Echa Uchal Lehorisham. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch Atah Adonai noten HaTorah.
Amen. Yishaber Akavatenu Abraham Yitzhak Yaakov Imotenu Sarah Karachel Baleah. May the Holy One have blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. Bless Hannah and Elise. That's Aliyah and Elise, who have risen today in honor of Torah, in honor of Shabbat, in honor of community, in honor of their B'nai Mitzvah, their B'nai Mitzvah together. May they have many opportunities to celebrate together in the near and the far future. And may we have great nachas from their accomplishments today. And we say, Amen. We're going to have Michelle come up here again as we wrap the Torah up. As we do this, we should probably, Cantor, I think we need to do a healing prayer. Should we do a healing prayer? So let's turn to page 371 for the healing prayer. Mishabera.
Do the list, Rabbi?
Yes. Yeah, I have.
This way?
That's the other. So page 371, I'm going to read our list. And if you have other names you'd like to say, we'll go around as well. As a community, we are thinking about and sending our attention to Neil Agneta, Paula Ames, John Binder, Reverend Jim Callahan, Ethan Carvalho, Bruce Corris, Gloria Fine, Sue Frank, Barbara Frieda, Carol Gettings, Denise and Jared Gilden, Carolyn and Ernie Grosser, Maya, Ruth, Corin Matlock, Miles Levy, Gail Lewis, Jake Lipshin, Anthony Lagalvo, Shelby Madsen, Michael Malik, Terry Miller, Janine Morris, Judy Osowitz, Sharon Rosenthal, Cheryl Rossi, Cindy Rotella, David Robner, Brandon Ryan, Wyatt Alexander Simpson, Gary Spiceman, Robin Weinstein, Mike Wheeler, Abigail Ray, Yosef Ben Zissel, Hinda Bat Sarah Barachel, Hannah Ezra Ben Shul. If you have other names, just raise your hand.
Muriel Siegel. Oh, Jennifer and Marshall Stickout.
Jennifer Blythe.
Leslie Garfield. Judy Houston, Megan Lewicki, Kate Flower.
Shelford Hero.
Marshall Friedman and all the Israeli soldiers that have been injured in the war.
Selma Meyerlich, Jean Hulich, and Mariella Bachelet.
I think we have a young man on our adaptive basketball team, right? Is that Jackson? So we're going to send our attention to Jackson too. Let's bring all those names into our hearts, and we know the prayers will go out where they're needed. Cancer will lead us in the Mishnah. Healing of body and soul. We're going to symbolically put our Torah away with the Tree of Life, page 374, and Annalise will lead us. This is another clapping.
It is a tree of life for those who will fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life for those who will fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom. Shalom, shalom. It is a tree of life for those who will fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life for those who will fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom. Shalom, 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 shalom.
What an amazing job Hannah and Elise have done, and they have read from the Torah, but they haven't told you a little bit about the Torah. So they have an opportunity now. Each of them is going to share some words of thanksgiving, but also about the Torah.
Shabbat Shalom. 1 First off, Elise and I would like to thank everyone for coming to our bat mitzvah, Benot mitzvah. We are so grateful for the continued support that the members of Congregation Shir Shalom have shown us throughout the years. We would like to give a special thanks to Rabbi Alex, Cantor Frank, Harvey Horowitz, Anav Simons, Joanne, and all of the wonderful religious school teachers that have helped us along the way. And thank you to the Mummins for our beautiful taluses. Before I pass the mic to Elise, I want to give a shout out to our very special friend, Abby Ammerman, who we've had the pleasure of meeting through Temple, and to my best friend, Amelia, who really desperately wanted a shout out. So I love both of you.
I want to thank you, our parents, for everything they have done for us. Our mom was not born Jewish, but she converted, and has since made a great effort in making sure that we all learn as much as we can as a family. So we owe a lot to her. Our dad was born Jewish and introduced us to the temple.
And I want to take a moment to honor our family who couldn't be here. Our paternal grandparents, Sam and Lois Block, were longtime members of the temple, and our maternal grandma, Nancy Taylor, was not Jewish, but she was very supportive, and she would often talk about attending my bat mitzvah because I was kind of close to that age when she passed away in 2021. So it's better late than never, but we wish that they could all be here with us today. For our mitzvah project, we choose to help raise money for two amazing places. The first is Buffalo Rims Wheelchair Basketball. Wheelchair basketball brings athletes with and without disabilities together and gives them the opportunity to play with and compete against each other. Wheelchair basketball has allowed me to play with my friends and also to make many new ones. The second place we choose is White Whiskers, a volunteer-based nonprofit that provides senior dogs a place to live in safety and peace. We went to the fundraiser and saw so many cute dogs. We love animals, especially dogs, and believe that they all deserve to have homes and a loving family, so we appreciate that White Whiskers strives to give this to Our Torah portion that you heard taught us about duty, specifically our duty to God, but we decided to look a little deeper. The word duty can be defined as a moral or legal obligation or a task or action that someone is required to perform. Both of these definitions could be applied to the preparation and carrying out of our bat mitzvah. When we made this connection, though, another question arose in our minds. Is it still considered a duty if you choose to do it? I think oftentimes we think of our responsibilities as, oh great, just another thing to get done. Our obligations can daunt upon us and become overwhelming, but responsibilities don't always have to be that way. They can be enjoyed. They don't always have to be forced on you. You can choose to do them. And now, Elise and I didn't exactly choose to do this bat mitzvah together, but it also wasn't forced on us. It's just the way things worked out, and we had a duty to try our best to see it through. But bigger than that, we have a duty or obligation to each other as sisters. We didn't choose each other, but we can choose to be there for each other. Even when we annoy the other, which happens a lot and which I'm sure you saw up here, we know that there's really no one else we would rather annoy. So, just like we are proud of ourselves and each other for completing this duty, you should all be proud of yourselves for fulfilling your responsibilities, big and small, every single day, whether you choose them or not, whether you enjoy or dread them. Thank you.
We're going to have Jackie and Dave say a few words. You guys gotta come up.
I gotta look at you guys. So, Hannah, Elise, you're gonna wanna close your ears because this is gonna be complete and utter cringe. The whole time. And I start by saying Hannah and Elise. Elise and Hannah, the order does not matter. You are two sisters whose personalities couldn't be any more different. But you're so alike when it comes to what's truly important. You are both so kind, you have enormous hearts, you're real and authentic, with not the slightest ounce of pretense, and are completely accepting of others, no matter who they are. You're also the two funniest people I know. It has been a privilege just to be your dad, and to see you both grow into such fine young ladies. Still, one of the most beautiful things to me in this whole world is seeing how you love each other, how you support each other in different ways, how you interact with each other, how you always have each other's backs. As a dad, I can't think of anything more wonderful than the bond you two have together. And seeing you both up here together this evening fills my heart. How incredibly hard you both work together and alone on your bat mitzvahs through a very difficult, challenging school year and through the summer. That, young ladies, is the definition of character. To see it all come together so magnificently this evening was and is a beautiful thing. May this evening's moment